That's my girl. That's my girl. That's my girl. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Baby!
Yeah.
Boom, yeah. That's my girl.
Yeah. What's up, girl?
What's going on?
Hey.
Hello.
Long time no see.
It's been a while. It's us again.
Yeah.
Bren Colleen with the Mixtape Podcast sitting next to
Asia Shabazz. What's up, y'all?
Let's just pretend that they're already familiar with us
Okay.
since last episode. And if
Okay.
not, watch last episode.
Yeah, and get familiar.
Yeah.
So what's up, boo?
I feel good. I'm a little bit hungover from yesterday. I've been struggling today.
Are you?
You
It's
haven't been?
No, because I drank tequila, and tequila, for whatever reason, doesn't make me for real hungover.
When I got to that first event, I was like, open bar. They said vodka and tequila. Oh.
They were laughing at me because when they first told me that it was only tequila and vodka, I was
Yeah.
like, I was like, I'm not drinking that. And then they were like, well, what do you normally drink? I'm like, brown.
Darker alcohol. I
like how I like my men.
just like
Hello.
my drink. The fuck you think?
Hello.
Right?
Hello.
Like, come on. Give me something to
Right.
go off of here.
Yeah, so I'm chilling. And because the event was so early, well, let's let our listeners know. So last night, Pretty Little Thing did a event with Carl Kanai. They just released a new collection. And one of our really good friends, Jay Ryan, Joey, what's up, boo?
What's up, girl?
Yeah, he threw a really cute event right actually next door on La Brea
Oh, yeah. It was right next
at
door.
the Leverage. Shout
Like
out
all
to
the
G.
homies were modeling and then you were DJing.
Yeah,
it
I
was a very
DJ'd it.
family affair situation.
Yeah, it was cute. It was a cute little early turn up. I love a turn up that's like 7 to 10.
Get me lit before bedtime,
Please,
bitch. I
especially-
am not trying to be out here all night.
The thing is what you guys don't know is after we get home, like I then go back into mommy mode. And so it's like, and my kid is sick right now. So I didn't even sleep last night, which is weird. I should be like hungover and tired, but I took a really good nap today too. So,
Girl, I took a nap too, and I still am over here struggling through the day.
well, we're getting old, girl. And that's what happens when you get old.
You just have a better sense of strength because you're just like, well, I got a kid. I'd be like, Trigger, if you don't get the fuck up off of my couch, let me rest.
Trigger's our cat for people who don't
Also,
know.
Trigger is my cat. She's named after that Method Man lyric. I got a 6-shooter and a horse named Trigger, but I
Of
can't.
course.
I can't afford a horse right now,
Of
so I
course.
rent them.
Right. That's fine.
Let's get into it though. This episode's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
I feel like we're gonna unpack all kinds of shit.
Yeah. All kinds of shit. It was a good weekend. How was your weekend, though?
My weekend was good. Wait, not even the weekend. I
What?
mean, obviously we've seen each other infinity times. In podcast world, we have not seen each other since last year. So I just
Oh,
wanted
shit.
to thank
Mhm.
you for my vanity for Christmas. I'm obsessed with it.
That's so tight. I'm
It
so
makes
happy.
me so much prettier than I am. And it's once again, your fault.
looking out. Looking
You're
out for
always
ya,
trying to hold it
thinking
down
of
for
ya.
the young queens that don't try
Yeah.
hard enough.
Well, you're welcome, bitch. A lighting will really change your whole entire situation, though. Especially
Yes.
putting on makeup. Like, people don't understand, like, that really is everything. Because if your makeup is bomb and really good lighting, you go outside and it's flawless.
Yeah.
So,
So like, where's the sun? Get me in the sun.
So, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
I loved it. Happy New Year.
Do you have any, like, New Year's resolutions? I don't.
I mean, like, I just told myself, like, you're just gonna be a lot more efficient this year. You know what I mean? Like, a lot more efficient, a lot more executing, and a lot less planning. I feel like last year I did a lot of planning.
Mm.
And like, I like every other year to be like a planning year, a execute year, a planning year, a execute. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, that's tight.
So, yeah, I just want to execute a lot more. And then I also want to just like get out of my way and not be such like a love Grinch anymore.
Oh, well, welcome. Welcome
Thank
back,
you.
girl. Welcome
Thank
back from the dark
you.
side. Because love is in the air.
Well, not back from the dark side, but I'm down to see what's good.
It's weird because I don't really have like a New Year's resolution. Like last year, my New Year's resolution was to get closer to God. And I was just like, I just want to do like everything, like just get closer to him. And this year it was just like, I didn't even have time to think about like a New Year's resolution. But I do feel like if there's anything, I feel like any of my gigs or anything that I'm working on or putting like my energy into, I'm going
Right.
to make sure I'm like sprinkling light on it. You know what I mean? Like I'm leaving it.
Oh, girl.
Well, it's the truth. And I don't care. It's a little bit too corny for you, but it's really how I feel.
All right,
Like,
all right, all right.
This world is crazy, bitch. We got to be the salt of the earth.
You're making me feel salty. This fucking shit right now. Sprinkle the light of the salt.
Well, whatever. We can get into our first segment, which is get it off my chest.
I let it last week. So do you have anything that you want to like go in on?
Bitch, do I? First of all, can we just talk about it? Because I know everybody is talking about it. And it's so funny because yesterday during my gig, I've officially muted R. Kelly. Officially.
You know, I told you Bridget had me running around the city like a damn fucking New Yorker last night. And they played R. Kelly too. And then there was like a few of us in there that were like, nope.
Right,
Nope. And he turned it off.
Yeah, because that shit is wild. I actually am
do it.
going to take the time out this week to go through my music and completely delete him. Because
You have to.
I played Biggie last night and I forgot that R. Kelly was on the hook. And literally, as soon as the hook started, I was like, ooh,
this
get out of this, get out of this, get out of this.
Publishing on this.
Yeah, and it was just like, I'm not even fucking with it. It just totally fucked my vibe up. But this shit is crazy. This R. Kelly series, docuseries that just fucking, did you watch all of them?
All of them, girl.
Oh, bitch.
All of them. First of all, you know, I am like an Aaliyah stan.
100%.
So
So as an Aaliyah stan, like growing up, like being that, like what did you think? Because now a lot of people are like, hello, we didn't know, like he married a 14-year-old. And it's like now that
looking back, yeah. But at that time, to be honest, like, and you know, it was that time where you would like record like on VHS, like anytime one of your favorites came on.
Right.
So I would like always record anything Aaliyah was on. And it's like, I never looked at it like, oh, this old man and Aaliyah. It was just like, oh, they're dressed the same. Like a lot of people dressed the same and had little like bits. It was like Timbaland and Magoo, Missy and them, Genuine and them. And you know what I mean? It was like little sets and they would like coordinate and they would like, you know, so I never looked at it like that. I just felt like, damn, they are all popping.
Damn.
You know?
It's crazy. I didn't think about it either. Like we thought about it, we talked about it, but it wasn't like addressed. So when that fucking docuseries came out, I was just like, damn, like you think about it. And then you know what makes me so mad about it is the whole team is trying to act like they didn't know. And it's just like,
everybody's grown and capable.
you knew. And then I just feel so sorry for those girls. Look, there are some girls that are still in it and don't want to leave.
I know.
That one family that was like throwing the rocks at the girl at the studio, like
why don't you just go out and see your mom?
First of all, I would have never left. Like you got me all the way fucked up.
That's what I was saying. Wouldn't you be sleeping on the step?
Be literally camping out in front of that damn studio. And that's just what it's gonna be. I'm not leaving until I have my child in my fucking hands. Not even an option.
I know.
But their approach was different than the other mom who actually saved her daughter.
Yeah.
Because the other mom, she seemed a little bit more like she was just like, I love you. I love you.
Yeah.
I felt like the other parents were like, get out here. Like, we not
Get the fuck out of R. Kelly house right now. Like,
so I did feel like, damn, like, you know, because the other mom was like, I love you so much. Like, please, like, I love you so much. And the other parents were like, we ain't leaving. Dude.
Yeah. The only person that I really, and it's not even a laughy matter at all because it's so fucking twisted and corrupt.
Right.
But the only person that I really agreed with was that sister when, remember, she said, no, R. Kelly said not going to let us do that. He's going to get us. She said, get us to do what? Like the fuck type nigga is you?
She said we can't leave the room until we ask him.
She said, what? I'll be right back.
I'm going to this McDonald's, bitch.
Yeah, I said, I am still hungry right now. The fuck? But I mean, like, the bigger picture, obviously, is pedophilia in the music industry and how that's glorified and celebrated and has been for years.
Yeah.
I mean, it's popping. It's boss for older niggas to be over here or older men. And I mean, and it's not exclusive to the music industry. It's all industries. It's all male driven industries.
Yeah, you know, but someone else brought up the fact, it was actually my baby daddy. He brought up the thought of
What
like,
up?
yeah, hey. He brought up the thought of like Elvis. Like Elvis Presley, didn't he marry like
Priscilla?
You know, like there's Aerosmith, like there's so many men out here.
Woody Allen. No, it's not. I know. Of course. The thing about this is I was like, am I gonna say that?
Mm.
But to me, the objectification in mass, like when you're doing it to several people, like I feel that same way about like Floyd and his harem of chicks. You know what I mean?
Word.
It's just like
It's out here.
it's that you guys are so insecure that it's like it's too
Look at
much.
Hugh Hefner. You think about it, like his whole brand was based off of like being a pimp.
But I have, which is so interesting because I have a really close friend that told me because, okay, you know, like we spent some time around Hugh Hefner because he was friends with like another older guy that we knew that had that same lifestyle.
Well, I
which-
wasn't friends with him, but I knew. Yeah, I knew what you mean. We were around him.
Yeah. We were friends with his kids.
Yeah.
We were around.
Yeah.
So like, it's interesting to me because I always felt like, man, these niggas is just horny and nasty and perverted
old.
and burnt out for this. But my boy had told me that what? Because I don't want to bust him out on here. But like, I have a friend that told, I was like, because the older guy that we knew, remember, like he had like erectile dysfunction. Like it wasn't even a
was
sexual
lot.
thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't for sexual purposes, but my homeboy, he was just like, no, men do that so that other, like successful men do that so that other successful men think they're getting that pussy even if they aren't. Because it's more of like
Ego.
a profiling. Yeah, for like other
Oh.
men. It's like a stature thing. Like this is my, you know what I mean? And it's like, you don't be over here, out here like fucking like that. Like you just,
I just don't
it's
get
so
it because
corny.
it's also just like you have daughters. You know what I mean? Like that's the part that
Dame Dash, well, I'm the kind of Aaliyah stan
Right.
that still pays attention to what Dame Dash. I love Dame Dash.
Yeah.
But he had to say in the Nick Cannon's Class podcast, Nick Cannon was like, I mean, he's sick. Because remember, Nick Cannon had worked with R. Kelly.
Oh,
I'm a
right.
gigolo.
Mm-hmm.
Mute.
Yeah, muted.
No, but like, so he was talking about it and he was saying like, he's sick. And Dame was the first person I heard like respond like how my dad would have, where Dame was like, that nigga's not sick. If that's your daughter, that man's dead.
Ooh.
And it was just like,
Yes.
thank you. Like,
Yes.
can we
Right.
please?
Right.
What the
We need
fuck?
more of you.
These-
We need more of you.
I need one
Yo,
for
it-
life.
it was
and
even-
in holy matrimony.
It was even on his birthday, he hosted some club in Chicago and like women were screaming, take me hostage.
Is that a true story? I thought that was just trolling.
Bitch, that shit was real. Like, this world is just crazy. And not for nothing, since that docuseries has aired, his record sales have gone up 60%. Like, where is this? Where's it coming from? Like, where is this like stemming from? Like, what is the world? But
There's a lot of self-hate. There's a lot of self-hate. There's a lot of community hate. There's a lot of, and then there's the other people that just like probably don't have the whole story. And they're still just like emotionally attached to the music.
Yeah.
I was emotionally attached to the music.
Bitch, okay.
R. Kelly, TP2.com, like I was one of those Jay-Z stans that actually loved and adored Best of Both Worlds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'll never play that man again. Like it comes down to principle.
But that just shows you how like powerful music is. Like, music literally is just.
Don't get me started. Bitch, do you know how many situations that shit has got me in? Okay. Let's go on to the next topic.
Yeah, right. So,
No, but I think kind of just like all things considered and in conclusion,
right. Shit's fucked up.
R. Kelly is a trash bag piece of shit.
And we are muted.
You've been muted. I'd like to see you catch some charges. I don't know. I don't know how
It's
the
coming.
statute. I don't like maybe the limitation situation is just not all the way lined up. I don't know how it'll work out.
I just feel like they're putting too much like pressure on it where they're gonna have to find a way now. Like, I'm so happy they did that documentary because I really feel like they're leaving him no choice. Like, his music is being stripped, all of that. People are vocally saying like, we're muting R. Kelly. So
My question is, to what extent does this subject matter progress? Because we all know that R. Kelly is not, like, I will say that it's like an extreme circumstances. Like, this is some extreme sociopathic, like, pedophilia shit, obviously. However, there's several men that abuse power in the industry that are fucking women that are way too young for them, with children, with no regard for any sort of, like, moral compass.
Yeah.
You know? And who's going to get exposed? When does this stop? Who's talking now? Like,
well, I think it's already progressing. Like, you think about the Me Too movement. Like, things are happening. More people are talking about it. It's being addressed. It's being acknowledged. So we're in progression right now. It's just interesting. I think my question is, like, where's it going to go a year
Right.
from now? Where's it going to be in 3 years, 5 years? You know,
Yeah.
like, how are we going to go with it?
continue. Yeah. I just wonder who is, like, what heavy hitters are bigger than their sins and what heavy hitters aren't. Because, like, right now, I mean, up until now, we've lived in a place where you could kind of have secrets in the closet. Like, we're approaching a time where that's really not going to be possible anymore.
You're being exposed, bitch.
Everybody's being exposed. Ooh, segue.
Yeah.
And
Right.
did you?
Yeah, that was slick. Yeah.
No, but did you see the Sin Santana
Oh, bitch.
tweets?
Oh, bitch. She's in the hot seat. Has she recovered yet from that?
I don't follow her or pay attention to her mood. Do you?
I do.
I know. You
I
haven't
follow
seen
her on
anything?
Twitter, on Instagram. Well, I think she just took that whole day of addressing it. We'll let our listeners know, like, what happened
Okay.
first for the people who don't
Do a
read the Shade
play-by-play?
Room.
If you are not up to date in global news source, The Shade Room. Sin Santana, yeah, they dug up some old tweets like they tend to do.
Mm-hmm.
I know you just turned me down because I got loud, and it's like, I'm sorry.
Hater.
Yay.
Haters in the room.
No, but so Sin Santana basically got exposed for, I'll paraphrase, and, like, I guess I'm not saying it perfectly, but she said something to the extent on Angela Yee's podcast, Lip Service, that she dates black men exclusively because they treat her better than they treat black women.
That really hurt my heart, bro. 'Cause-
Ma, we're not trying to hear that. Nobody is.
Yo, and I love Sin, bitch. I follow her on
You
Twitter.
love Sin.
I follow her
Do you
on
understand?
Instagram.
I was happy for you when you got engaged, and I don't even know you, Ma.
Bitch.
I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. How dare you?
How dare you?
Bitch. Oh my God. When that story broke, I
that
was
was a
so
bummer.
hurt. I was so hurt because it was just like, Sin, I love you. Like, I loved her when she
You're
was dating
raising a black man.
when
Like,
she was dating Erica
right.
from Love and Hip Hop.
And I was really looking at her because you already know how I feel about women of different races exclusively dating black men.
you could
I'm not that fan for that. That shit makes me feel away
You're so annoying.
all the time.
You're so annoying because the thing is, you're a product of it too. We're
My
products of
mom
it.
wasn't objectifying my dad. She had
True, though.
fallen in love. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
No,
and
it's
that's
true.
why I fucked with Sin too, because I didn't feel like you were out here like, I need that black
Yeah.
dick.
Right.
I felt like you
just
dated
grew
that
up-
Spanish chick. You
Mhm.
dated that other nigga. He looked like a poppy. Like, I don't know. He looked wild.
I didn't even
Like, I don't know.
remember
That
him.
was a different look, Ma.
I don't even
But,
remember him.
and then you dated, so to me, it was just like, oh, all right. Like, you're following your heart and not the anatomy. I can get into that. I've done that, you
Right,
know?
Right.
So I was down, but then when she said that, it just bummed me out.
I know. I mean, the way that she addressed it afterwards, like trying to kind of like retract it in a way. And she did say she was completely immature, like in the way that.
I liked her response.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Extent.
didn't like that hair nose shit.
Well, that was when it was just like, I was like, okay, you're kind of forgiven. But then you said that, and it was just
Yeah.
like, what do you mean?
I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. How dare you?
2 Tyras.
Yeah.
You just got 2 Tyras.
Straight too, girl. Like, what are you trying to say about our notes? Like, that was different. It was a different thing. But, and then also, at the same time too, like, Joe, where's your head at with it? Like, this is your
You're not going to talk
woman.
about this on your podcast? Pop. Got a couple platforms. You got a couple platforms.
You're not going to address it because he knows he can't. He knows he can't. He'll get roasted. He has to.
Oh my God. Wait. So speaking of roasted, a friend of mine, Ash. A friend of mine, Ash, she does the Dear Young Queen website, which is kind of like a female empowerment situation. But she went on the Joe Budden podcast, and his listenership killed her. Like, I haven't seen this much hate since Karrueche started dating Chris. Like, it was just like haters came out the woodwork talking all kinds of shit. They didn't want to hear from her.
Why though? Like,
I think it was just kind of like a female's perspective on a lot of shit. It's a boys' club. It's a boys' fan base. I don't even the women like they're not out. You know what? And I'm an avid listener of the Joe Budden pod. Like I
Right.
fuck with that pod. I subscribe. I got Spotify because of that. You know what I mean? Like I really fuck with it. But they killed her, and I was just so bummed that with all of that kind of like actually lending the female lens and the female perspective to a lot of the topics that they were discussing. They didn't tackle. I didn't hear anything about the sin thing, and it was just like,
how
could
how could you not? How could you not even address it?
My thing is, she did address the fact that it's like ultimately at the end of the day, and us as mixed women, like of course this is where I'm about to get on my biracial soapbox, so just bear with me, y'all. But she's an Afro-Latina, just like me, just like, you know what I mean? Like you're an Afro-Latina, that's fine. You admit I understand that you were ignorant to that.
But wait, can I stop
being the
you on
case.
this? Because I'd love to touch on that term Afro-Latina. Honestly, like I didn't hear that term until I moved to New York, and it was just kind of like, oh. And even till this day, like my perspective of that is just like, what? Like you're Spanish, but like you relate to the African culture?
No,
What is it?
that ain't it. Try again. Ding.
Inform me, bitch. Inform me.
No, so basically like Afro-Latina, that's the...
Tell me.
I don't want to sound like my dad on the podcast. I want to be cool. No, but so basically there's plenty of these Latina countries that have a massive population of Black people, whether it be the Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, Cuba, Chile, Brazil. Like, it doesn't matter. There is a population of Black people and a large population of Black people. The African diaspora is global on every single continent, except you, Australia, which we learned last episode.
Right, clearly.
But so, and that's what she is. She's a descendant of that. You know what I mean? So it's like denying that is self-hatred that's already taught. I respect the fact that you probably grew up in a Spanish household and the Black community has a difficult time, like kind of comprehending that Spanish culture, there's a lot of shadeism, there's a lot of racism.
100%.
They come at you like, don't bring that negrito home,
Yeah.
like, oh, you're a Coca-Cola, like.
Well, that's interesting too, because we have it too in the Philippines. Like,
Right.
if you're a darker skinned Filipino or a lighter skinned Filipino, like they hate on the darker skinned one. Same thing in Spanish culture.
Right,
like you
right,
go
right.
to, when I went to the Dominican Republic, I was mind blown by like all the Black people that I saw on the island. You know, because
Right.
they don't necessarily like promote that. They promote typically the light skinned versions of everything. And
It's
then,
designed that way. It's designed that way
Yeah, it's
because they don't want this unity. They don't want, imagine if all Black people throughout the whole globe were like, wait a minute, we're the same as each other.
Right.
We
right.
need to start
Just a
fucking with
different-
each Wait, what?
There's a quote, I wish I had it, but it talks about in the same sense, like you want to separate Black people, like separate them from their shade of skin.
That's how it is right now. And that's why even with this sin thing, I'm not trying to cancel you, Ma.
I'm not gonna cancel her
Yeah,
because
I'm
I
not-
fuck with her. She just fucked up, and that's it. And at least she admitted it and didn't try and be like, I didn't say that. She literally said like I was immature.
Yeah.
and came from an immature point of view.
And I also respect the fact that she kind of came in it talking about, no, I'm not going to shut up about this because the conversation needs to continue. And regardless of the fact, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't feel like there's shame in not knowing. There's shame in not finding out. It seems like you're trying to rectify that.
Yeah,
Cool.
And thank
Right.
you. And thank you. We
And
appreciate
also,
it.
tell me if you read it this way, but to me, even that like hair nose thing, it's like so clear that it's just like,
Well,
oh,
let our
they're
listeners know what she said about the hair nose.
She was just saying basically that we should take kind of what she said with a grain of salt because she's never bashed the Black community. Look at her hair and her nose. She isn't better than anybody.
Yeah.
I'm praying to God you got made fun of for both of those things, baby.
That just only irritated me because it was just like you were almost there
And then a fallback. Like, whoa, you had almost made
almost
it. You
doesn't count though, but
No.
shout out to Brandy.
One time, for the one time, the queen of runs and vocal arrangements.
My Bible and music.
The Jesus of singing.
But for real, yeah, that was crazy.
I just thought, yeah, that
But
was
she's
not very tasteful.
let me tell you though, she's gonna learn raising a black son. She's gonna learn. Like if there's anything, like she's gonna learn from it. You know,
like you're raising an Afro Latino.
I am.
We're great people.
I am. I really am. That's dope.
And he's so cute.
He
Your
just
little
learned to
sicky
say
sick.
"see."
He's been telling me bye and thanks.
Mm-hmm. Polite.
Yeah,
A polite baby boy.
I love that little guy.